Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Tequila Talks, your friend Tequila Bay. Tonight, we're back at it with some of my favorite. I know I have a lot of favorite tequilas, but Siete Leguas, for sure, top 3, top 2, maybe top tequila of all time, who knows. But we're back at it with some special edition stuff that I wanted to showcase and drink with you guys. On our last episode, we were doing some cocktails. Now we're switching gears. So let's go ahead and get started. I think for the people that are already watching or for the people that are getting into the tequila game, you recognize brands like Siete Leguas, Fortaleza, these agave forward components, these tequilas that are being produced the right way. You're picking out brands that, for the tequila aficionados, you're picking out brands that are doing the right thing. Now there's hundreds of products out on the market currently today that, say 100% agave, they say additive freeze, but the transparency is still not there. So with Casa Siete Leguas, I think you're always gonna hit it right on the head. You can never go wrong. And for their 70th anniversary, they did a limited edition release of the Siete Decadas Tequila Siete Leguas with agaves criollos, or their wild harvested agaves. And this rendition, so these piñas that are wild harvested, in this rendition of tequila, these piñas are a little bit smaller. They take a little bit more time to mature. So the sugars are a little bit riper, and it showcases those bright flashes of agave. So those more mineral forward components. And this tequila, as you notice, I have an empty bottle here and I have an almost empty bottle there. I couldn't get my hands on another bottle to be able to do this segment, but luckily I had one shot left. But when people are coming to my bar at El Patron, this is definitely the tequila that I'm talking about, something new. And we've put some dents on these bottles. So I'm gonna enjoy this last shot with you guys. I've definitely enjoyed many nights drinking this Tequila Siete Leguas. So when you get this bottle, you get this really cool container, this little decanter that it comes in. It's decorated with the branding and the information. It's a limited edition tequila, hecho con agaves criollos from the Rancho Las Trojes, Jalisco, Mexico. So the Gonzalez family, it's at their own ranch. They're harvesting these agaves. It's slowly cooked for 3 days. And like always, 100% Tahona crush, which gives it that added minerality. It just gives it the right components and flavor. Naturally fermented open air tanks, slow fermentation with the agave fibers. So they're putting the bagaza into the mosto, which gives it even a more agave forward flavor profile. And then it's double distilled, industry standard. Some tequilas are going 3 distilled. Today I just picked up a bottle of Patron El Cielo, which is 4 times distilled. It's the first time that a tequila producer is quadruple distilling. We'll see what that tastes like. I think at this point it might be overkill, but I think the more you refine that ordinario, the better that tequila that you're gonna get. So, NOM 1120, Casa Siete Leguas. They only make Siete Leguas. So for the tequila drinkers that want to find a good tequila, you always want to drink something that's made at one origin, that only makes one product. You have distilleries that are doing private labels, that have all sorts of different products within their wheelhouse. But here at Siete Leguas, they only make Siete Leguas. So without further ado, let's go ahead and, we won't crack it open. We're just gonna reopen it. And let's go ahead and enjoy it together. I really have to tip this bottle over, damn. Last couple drops, boom, all right. Retails for about $140, so it's a little bit pricier for a Blanco, but the quality of the tequila, it's unmatched. It's up there as one of the best. Man, I just want to put it all back, but I think we're gonna just kick back and enjoy and talk about the next tequila that we have in front of us. I think I have to pace myself, but I'm definitely gonna have to finish this before I pour that in. So, all I can smell is agave, some citrus, fruitiness, earthiness, the soil, mint. I definitely smell some mint. But unlike the Flecha Azul that we recently tried, that Flecha Azul was so alcohol forward. This is just, the aromatics behind this tequila are sublime. And I can't wait to actually try it, so. Wow. Ooh. The complexity of flavor, it just tastes raw. It's vegetal, herbaceous. You taste the plant. You're not tasting sweetness. You're not tasting, it's not leaving like a viscous layer on your tongue. It's just a tried true essence of tequila. The agave, the soil, the minerality, that tahona that's grinding and crushing these agave fibers. You pick all of that out, that open air fermentation, the bagasse and the mosto, agave forward all the way, tried and true. Highly recommend. It's at the pinnacle of tequila. I would say it might even now surpass the Fortaleza, the Blanco that I have. Because I can just, it's just that raw component, that vegetal agave component. Unmatched. It's smooth, but it still has character. You don't want a tequila that you're not tasting, that it's so smooth that you don't taste it. It's got character, minerality, agave. And now we're gonna dive into the Antaño. So here in the Northeast Ohio, in the Midwest, it's hard to get hands on these like really traditional tequilas. The first thing that touches our markets are those celebrity products, the things that are mainstream. So after about 5 years, I finally waited to get a bottle of this de Antaño. They're Extrañejo, 5-year aged. We're cracking this one open for sure, because I wanted to wait to actually drink this with you guys. And it's rare, it's expensive. The amount of money that I have at my bar now, like I was talking to some people the other day. They're asking me about Clase Azul Mezcal. They wanted to buy something expensive. They're asking me about all sorts of products, and I'm like, look, man, like Clase Azul, it's a great tequila, it's a great branding. Like the juice is probably not of top quality, but it's great branding. But when you look up at my bar, I have almost $30,000 worth of tequila. It's like absurd to think about the amount of money that I spend on collecting these tequilas. My distributing partners, my liquor reps, they call me, they're like, hey, this new product, do I really want to spend $300? No, but for the sake of it and for the continuation of getting access to all this tequila, I have to say yes. So let's go ahead and, there's a little bit of residue of this Blanco. Let's go ahead and blend it with this Extrañejo. Let's see what concoction we can come up with. Kind of like winemaking, wine drinking and winemaking. You want to do your blends. You want to kind of hybridize and put your own personal touch into what you're drinking. So the color is just perfect. It's not overly colored, so no presence of additives or colorings. It's crystal golden clear. It's got a slight amber, but you can actually see through it. It's so clear that the golden hues, you can actually see through the tequila. Very, very luxurious aromas of brandies and oak. It's kind of like brandy, brandy-esque. It's got oaking, spices, vanilla, but this is definitely naturally occurring vanillas and definitely naturally occurring aromas because there's absolutely no presence of additives. Although sometimes additives are necessary to be able to produce tequila in volume and to be able to produce consistency. But, as I've been drinking, if you notice here on the table, there's a lot of wine corks. As I've been kind of diving into a little bit more wine drinking, I've learned to appreciate the variance that wine provides. And I think that's something that the tequila industry needs to institute a little bit more and appreciate the fact that there can be variance, the terroir, the seasonality. Was there enough rain? Where were these agaves grown? Were they grown wild, or were they, in a perfect, pristine environment at an hacienda, at the plantation? So The variance behind these tequilas is highly important. And that's something that I've learned to appreciate as I've drank more and more wine. So the bouquet, the aroma is phenomenal. Oh my gosh. Alex, I think this is my new favorite extrañejo. I'm not just saying that because it's Siete Leguas, but you know, Alex is behind that camera, man. We're gonna be having a couple of these tequilas after we get off camera because it's phenomenal. The caramel and the oak, the agave is still present. It's velvety, it's tannic. Oh my gosh. I can just kick back, relax a little bit, because I'm gonna have to pour myself another glass of this de antaño. My first time drinking this tequila. 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100. We were talking to some Comos people. They were saying, look, this is the only 100% rated tequila. I think this has to be another one because it's absolutely perfect. So let's go ahead and end this episode. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for drinking Siete Leguas, one of my favorite tequila brands. On our next episode of Tequila Talks, please join me because we're switching some gears. We're gonna be incorporating a new concept, which is tacos and tequila. So one of the things that I get to enjoy at El Patron, at my restaurant, I get to partner directly with my prep chef, Monica, when we do our tequila dinners. You've seen some of our videos about our tequila dinners, and we get to, you know, tie the spirits, the drinks with the culinary components. So on our next episode of Tequila Talks, we're starting it with a new concept, tacos and tequila. We're gonna do a curated taco and tequila pairing, and we're gonna be enjoying a good meal with an even more exceptional tequila. So please go ahead and like this video, comment, share, watch with all your friends. Please continue to support me, your friend Tequila Bay. I'll see you next time. Saludcita.